I've spent 150 hours in deep therapy along with minimalistic practices, and through this, I learned why I was so emotionally attached to physical and materialistic items. It stems from being a young boy feeling like I was helpless in protecting the things that I valued the most. And then going into my teenage years, I really tied my self-worth into materialistic and physical items as well. It's been about a year now pursuing my own authentic path, and through this, I'm coming to the end of my decluttering journey. I have filmed my final step in this process, and through that, I discuss what I have learned throughout this journey. At the end of the video, I'm going to explain what I believe is the most important part of minimalism and decluttering and slow living and simple living and all of these different things. And I really hope that you find value in this video. It has been tremendously beneficial for me in my life. Thank you so much for watching. So this hoodie is a great example of something that I have like emotional attachment to. It was something that it was really cold when I was probably 9 years old. And so we went to Academy to get a jacket, and this jacket looked like one that my uncle had. So it was something that I had to get, except the only size that they had it in was a men's small. And I probably wasn't even a kid's medium yet. So the sleeves would hang off way off my arms. And so I would always say, when I get big enough, I can't wait to be like my uncle. But now I'm a men's large, men's extra large. So the men's small doesn't even come close to fitting me, but I've carried it around for the past 5-6 years. But it's time that it goes to someone that can actually warm their body. And it's just something that, has good attachment, but I know that it's time for me to move on from it. This one is a great example of having something for a what-if situation. I've been carrying this windbreaker rain jacket for probably since I was in 8th grade, for whenever we get stuck in like a real rainstorm and I need to look cool. I've never used it. So I think that it's time that it goes to someone else that would actually enjoy it. But it just kind of shows you, if you haven't used it and you're carrying it around for when you'll need it, you're never gonna end up using it. If it's raining, I'm gonna walk just a little bit quicker outside. I won't actually have this with me to be used during those times of need. So socks are another thing that I've collected for years, and like that was kind of what I was like known for in high school, was all the different pairs of socks that I had. Now I just wear no-show Van socks or Hanes white high socks. So the complete opposite of what I was in high school. But I've been carrying these around because my identity is still tied to an article of clothing that I won't wear. So there will be a couple that I will keep just because I do really like them and I'll wear them with dress attire, but it's going to be difficult, but I will start getting rid of these ones as well. So here's an example of an article of clothing that has an emotional attachment that I will keep because it has a good story behind it. And that is when my girlfriend and I were dating in our freshman year of high school, I got her these hideous pineapple socks for Christmas. And then she ended up giving me my own pair. And so they were identical matching. And I kept them all this time, even when we broke up and then got back together. But every important thing that we've done together, I wore those socks. So if we went to a nice dinner or an anniversary or celebration, something like that, I still wore the socks. So it's something that, when we keep going forward with other things in our relationship, I'll keep having them just because it's kind of like our little thing that we have together. So even with me doing a deep dive of getting rid of socks, I was able to empty 2 of these. I still have a whole one overflowing with socks. And let's be real, I'm never gonna wear these socks. And if I do, it's gonna be once every couple months. That's no longer in fit with my lifestyle and how I see myself living going forward. So we need to do another
cleanse of these socks that I have that have meaning to me, but again, it's time to move on. We got to go in the path that we want to embark on. So let's do another cleanse. It doesn't look like I made much of a dent from saying that I was gonna empty out a whole box, but it turns out that some of these ones are actually just really thick. So I did get rid of a lot more than it appears, but yeah, I guess I still just have some more socks. So that's just what it is. Another thing that's going to be really hard to get rid of are shoes. I used to be an absolute shoe collector, and it was something that I kind of tied my identity to in high school as well. You would have the fresh pair of kicks, and then you would have nice socks, and that's what I was kind of known for. And it's something that, you know, I'm just gonna have to break free. I only wear Vans and then Birkenstocks, so having all of these extra shoes really just are in the way, and it's kind of holding back, I think, my growth of who I am now. I'm kind of living more in the past, so hopefully someone else can enjoy these shoes. So these are each great pairs of shoes that I've held on to for such a long time. These were the first pair of shoes that I ever bought with my own money, and I've worn the heck out of them, and I cannot even get close to fitting in them anymore. These were ones that I haven't even worn one time, but my dad got them for me. And so I've had that emotional attachment of, it reminds me of him, and I don't want to mess them up because he got them for me, and I think that they're unique. But again, it's something that I have a relationship with my dad. I don't have a relationship with shoes, and the shoes aren't actually impacting my life. I got to remember that what matters is the time with him, not what he's given me in terms of a materialistic item. And I know that a big part of what we've talked about has been getting rid of things that you've outgrown, or getting rid of things that you're not going to use again, or get rid of things that are causing you mental clutter. But I think that it's also important to address the things that truly do mean something to you, and that you shouldn't just get rid of them because you no longer have a physical purpose for, or it's just adding up space in your closet, or whatever the case may be. This is just an insight look of my childhood, of what truly matters the most to me, what my inner child was like built upon. And that was truly like Star Wars was a massive part of my childhood, and it still is. As you can see, I still collect items that are, in my emerging adulthood. And so these are things that, yes, they still consume space, and yes, they're breaking the minimalist like lifestyle, and yes, they cost money. I mean, these things are expensive, but I think you still have to feed your inner child. You still have to remember who it is that you truly are, and it's okay to deviate off the path a little bit. I mean, what's in this bag is what I spent hours building as a kid with Bionicles and Hero Factor and all of these different things, but these are still going in a safe spot in here. They still mean so much to me, as do just a couple, stuffed animals and little things like that. But it's just something I do want to share, that you don't need to get rid of everything. And just because you're going on, your new journey, do you just leave everything behind? I think it's important to still keep the things that truly did feed your lifestyle for so long. And these are things that I truly will, without a doubt, keep for the rest of my life.
Through all of my lessons, I've come to a conclusion that the most important part is about finding balance in your life. I don't think that there is any right or wrong. There is no preset rule book on how to live your own authentic life. But I have found that a helpful tool is to give yourself grace. That there are going to be times that you beat yourself up because you think that you're supposed to do things the right way. But through balance, you'll learn that everything happens as it's supposed to. Just remember to love yourself. I believe in you. You should believe in yourself as well.